Yeah, welcome back to Career Build Series. Again, starting off where we left off here, it's episode 136, and we're back with the probably Seagull. I haven't decided yet, but everything's going really well with this, and so I kind of want to stick with it. But I don't like to just build forever. I think what's a little bit more interesting content-wise is to kind of get in there where I can actually get in game and do some rescues. So what I want to do here is I think what I'll do is I'll start getting this ready so that it flies beautifully. It flies beautifully. I don't have to have infinite electricity on or infinite fuel. And so I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get this set up and ready so that I can go and do some missions with it. And so what that's going to mean is a little bit of interior design, getting the elements in here that are required to make this function. And so as a rescue vehicle. And so what that will mean is put in some seats and some equipment so that if I do get a mission pop up, that I can go ahead and do it. And so let's quickly, I don't want to do too much aesthetic stuff, but I'm going to fix a couple ugly areas here. If it will drag properly and symmetry's not on, which is typical. But yeah, I'm going to fix a couple areas that are a little bit ugly for me. And yeah, I'll get that going. Trying to think how I want to finish this off so that it's not too garish. Yeah, so I'm just going to try to do a little bit in here. And part of the reason I'm going to this to do a little bit of decorating, which I really don't want to do, is kind of this finish work I'd rather not do right now. But the reason I'm doing it is I want to this will tell me how much space I need, and so that's important to kind of have my space restrictions known, and that way I can go ahead and once I know how much space I'm going to have, I know where I can put in seats and things like that. So that's why I'm doing this, is just to try to get that all set up. There we go. All right. So just kind of setting this in, getting this kind of get rid of some of these rough edges. Can this be deleted? I think it can. Let's do this. I don't want, that needs to stay. Okay. Yeah, so that needs to kind of stay in where it is. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's in. That's fine. I like the shape of that. All right. Don't know what I want to do into this window line, but I want to start placing some seats. And so let me build the seats up. And so what I want to do is take symmetry off again. It's going to have to be asymmetrical, which is fine. I kind of like the asymmetry of it all. Let's fix this little corner here, round this corner out, and then that'll be kind of the end of the rounding. I kind of want some flat shapes just to make it a lot easier to get things integrated. Yeah, that does it there. That will help. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to start, let's go fire extinguisher. Start putting some things that I need. So I want at least one fire X, and I like putting them under the seats. That's a great way to save space. So, and let's do a seat. And beautiful. This can fit underneath there, which is what I was hoping. I was hoping I could get under this lip. And it looks to be that I'm going to be able to get under that lip no problem. And so that's really awesome. Yep, so that's good. FireX, let's see, what on... I'm just going to kind of go through the equipment. Those are always kind of the bases of my seat, of the equipment. Defib. Actually, let me do a welding torch. I'm gonna try to put these in kind of a logical way where medical things are on one side, non-medical things are on the other side. Then you need to go grab something, you can easily find it. I can actually, this is kind of cool little nook here. I wasn't really digging it, but I actually might go with this nook and make this nook kind of a thing. Let me do this really quick. Cut out the nose. There we go. That makes this kind of a more enclosed space. And so since we have some weight blocks in here, that gives us some play area where I can reduce the amount of weight blocks I have in there and give me more space if I need to. And so this gives me, so these 3 pieces of equipment give me 3 seats, which is nice. And so let me cut and see if I can go against the wall. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of that. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Merge that in. Look at that. That's awesome. That really gives me good space in here. And then what can I go on this side? So this side I can do, what is it? Med kits, first aid kits, first aid. Okay. So I want some first aid in here. All right, so that's 5 seats, and then we have dude, this thing has so much space. It's really beautiful. This is gonna be awesome. Lots of good space in here, and that'll be helpful. Yeah, so that's good. I have to do these a little asymmetrical because I have the staircase on the other side. Just kind of making this a little, the hard edges are tough to look at. So loosening up the, kind of cutting these edges. This one actually I don't mind the hard edge on because of the staircase. This one I kind of glad I did that. And I can't put anything here. I'd smooth it again, but I can't, which is fine. This wall here is doing nothing for me except, what is this connected to? I need to know where I can cut to. Okay, so right there. So I actually can put in. Let's check. Make sure I didn't cut anything I didn't want to out of there. Nope, that's good. Let's see. I want a firefighting outfit. Like that. Yeah. Nope, that's going to be, yeah, that can't be like that. Okay, that's fine. So I can cut these. So all that can be cut. So that can be more equipment that if I need more equipment there. That's good. I can put those in the front wall. All right, so that's good. I'm just kind of figuring where I have stuff. Let me go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll paint this lime green here. That's it's on that. Paint that lime green. Paint that lime green. That tells me where my landing gear pivots are, so I know where I can't cut. Let's go ahead and cut here, and I need symmetry back on here. Cut there and there. I want to put a stair. What is this? Is this a block? Just block? Nope, that's my linear speed. So I want to move this here just out of the way. Okay. All right, let's merge that there. Lots of good space in here. Like I need to put in a bunch of stuff for TVs and everything else. So, or for my HUD. And then I want Scuba Steve in it, right there. And then this here will be ladders here. All right, so we're not bad on space. I still can put some seating in the back there if I want to or need to. Some stairs here. Let's do a underwater welding torch here. Yeah, so this allows me to get it, hopefully get it on some missions. If I don't have any of these things, I can't really get to missions yet, so I want to kind of get that. And then I have double spacing here. I can put some things. Those are good. Really nice. This is coming along nicely. Can't think of much else I need. I need a defib, which is a 2. I can fit that there like this here. Oh my God. You gonna let me put it here, or you're just gonna be annoying? I think it's gonna say annoying. All right, so defib is in. Then I want. I actually don't want that welding torch there. I want this welding torch. That's fine. I was gonna be really annoying, I'm like really nitpicky about where I wanted stuff, but like I'm gonna put some flashlights and stuff in there. What is this? That can go, I think. Yeah, so this is right now this is all set to go. Essentially, this has everything it needs to mosey and to get going. All right, and then what I want there, let's go like this. I should have symmetry on, but I'm fighting it for some reason. All right, there we go. There we go. That's a little bit better in there. All right, and so let's start getting a couple of these things put away. Let me look at the new parts. I haven't looked at the new parts at all, so I want to kind of go into the new parts really quick. There's one that interests me for. I used to fly Piper Cherokees, and Piper Cherokees had they were my favorite flap system. Like in a lot of Cessnas, even old Cessnas, they used electric flaps, and they were cool and whatever. But I loved the flap bar in the Cherokees and the Arrow. It was like just a long. Kind of think of it like a parking brake for a car, the handbrake. It was like a handbrake between your seat, and you could manually pull on the flap. So, like, say you needed to float a little bit at the end of the runway, you could just pull it up a little bit and manually articulate it and get yourself a little bit more flap. It was really cool. I kind of like that aesthetic. Where are the new parts, man? Maybe manual. Pump. Lever, I think was what it was called. What? Where do I not have the new parts? Where are the new parts? Come on, man. I'll find them. Just take me a second here. Where are the new parts? Yeah, so this is, again, like I said, I want to get this up to a mission, so this really, just putting in some of these rescue things get me there. One thing, I don't see the new parts at all. Huh. Everybody's probably yelling that they see them, but I'm not seeing them. I'll go back and do it. It's not the end of the world. I'll move it for now. Just kind of looking through stuff anyways. All right. I'm going to move on here, and I'll do it later. All right, let's cut this. This is going to go on the ceiling. Full flap should be forwards, I think. So like that. And then, I made the ceiling the way I did because I love having stuff on the roof here, and especially the more space you have in your cockpit, the better. Like that, and then this will sit the throttle I do want between the two seats there, and then I'm going to put something here that I need to look back to look at. Maybe you know what I'll do is I'm never going to really look at this to control it, but you would put your arm down there and control it, and it's good to have between the seats. That way either pilot can control the thrust. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of finish up my firewall. Firewall is, would be between the engine really, but on this build, it'll be right here. And this gauge is just my speed for now. I'm gonna go in through and cut in custom panels and everything to put in here, but I will cut in custom panels. But right now I'm just kind of finishing some stuff up. Part of this is again, the first thing I want to do is make sure this functions well, and so part of that is, as I should have checked it before, but as we're doing this, I'm adding weight, and so I need to make sure that as I'm adding weight, that I, have enough to be able to accommodate that weight. And so, like, I don't foresee myself putting anything in the floor here, so I could reduce those as well. But we're not going up very fast in. We're not really increasing our. What is that? Okay, that is my prop. This is my gear. That's prop gear. Constant number can go bye-bye. Just kind of looking over what I have. I just want this set up so that I can go do some missions, really. And let's yeah, because once it's one, you know, I don't need to finish this. You remember Vigeot was white and not painted and not completed for 30 episodes. It wasn't white for 30 episodes, but it wasn't complete for 30 episodes. And so I can kind of you know, I don't mind if it takes that long to get this painted and pretty. I just want to get it to where I can go do a rescue in game is really where I want to go. Let me see. Can I do a HUD? Please let me do 2 HUDs. Ah, you are a god amongst men. That's awesome. All right, so I just want to do HUDs. And then I'm just going to cut in some panels for now. They're not going to be some space. Some spaces for panels, and then that way I know what I have. Part of it, again, is I want this functioning well, and so I need to put in as much weight that I'm going to need. I can start deleting those weight blocks. That's why they're in there. And then I kind of put, yeah, that's good. Not going to get into paint too much, but I'm just going to do a little bit of kind of accent painting here. I think that's going to help me a little bit. Make it a little bit, pop a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting to watch. Okay, so that's my dash done. You know, of course, I'm going to need to fill all these in. They're probably not all going to get filled in, but start to work in the panels a little bit. Actually, you know what? I might do a little bit more building in this just to get this going. Let's do one technical thing really quick. I want to see how much power I can squeeze out of this engine. And so, in order to do that, I think what I'm going to do here is this. All right, let me redo my blower. My blower is kind of ridiculous at the moment. Oh, you kidding me? I hate it when I have symmetry on. And then I hate it when I don't have symmetry on. Okay, so that's fine. We can go to there. Symmetry's off. Okay, so I'm going to redo my blower. It's a little bit, it goes further than it needs to. And then, yeah, I'm going to redo the blower. And I'm going to make the blower so that it has, I'm going to test how high I can go on gearing to see where I need to be. Because I should be able to go more gears on this, and that will allow me to get more power. You know, I get diminishing returns where I'm stealing so much power from the engine that I'm going to be, that I'm actually going to be losing. But at present, I had a 3-to-1, and it increased my power, and it didn't cause me any issues. So as long as I'm still increasing power, so I'm going to go to a 9-to-1 here. And then I need impeller. That's actually fine. You know what I'm going to do? I kind of screwed this up. I had that there for a reason because of the air. So that's fine where it was. What I just need to do is move this. Cut that. So I need to go up and right there. So this needs to go back. Come on, let me see. There. So is that gear? Yeah, so right here. So definitely, like when I did that thing where I ended up squaring this engine bay out a little bit, I gave myself so much more space that I can really just like, I have a ton of engine space in here. All right, so I'm going to make it a 9-to-1 gear ratio. Again, 3 times 3 is 9, 1 times 1 is 1. It's 9-to-1 gear ratio. You do not add them, you multiply them. People have been adding them lately and coming up with the wrong gear ratios. All right, there we go. Make these 2 3-to-1s. I'm going to do a quick power test. 1942 is the weight. All right, so you see no, it's actually sitting flat. I thought it was going leaning towards the nose a little bit more. It's not. Make sure infinite electricity is off. I didn't add anything that needs power, so I think I'm good. Yeah. Okay, flaps are up here now. There we go. I have flapper-ons and our flaps. Beautiful. Let's go 5 gear, 4 gyro, 6 engine start. me see what I screwed up here. I might have screwed something up. Alright, so that's gearbox there. Okay, that's gearbox. Gearbox coming up. We're going to 2 facing the engine. That's a 9 to 1. This might be stealing enough power where I can't get up to speed to start it. Could be it. We'll test it in a second here. I need an RPS gauge in there anyways, so let me toss that in there and see what's up. That will give me a little bit of perspective here. And elec. Alright, let's try it, and you know, I'll be a little bit more patient, see if I can get us to start. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. Okay, see, it won't go up to 2.5s when it needs to kick off. All right. Let's see my clutch here. What I can do here is I can make the clutch a little bit more complex so that it doesn't clutch when... what I think I'll do is a slipping clutch. That's what I'll do, slip clutch. And so we'll make that there, and then when... So clutch will be at 100% when it's off. And we'll make it like 0.1. We'll let it turn the prop a little bit just for aesthetic reasons. And then when the starter is on, it will give us that low clutch setting on the prop, so that will reduce resistance. Let's try that now. It was trying to turn the prop, and it was trying to turn the blower, and it was just too much to get up to speed. See? Okay. So I'm gonna add an up-down counter. It was doing that annoying nonsense because I didn't do an up-down counter, but that was just to make sure I get it started for the test. All right, and let's set this to. I'll eventually put this on the seat. It's 0.3. All right, let's go. Let's get going. So we see if we get more speed. 83 meters per second was our top speed last time. Right out of the water almost here. There we go. All right, so I think we've chopped our speed down. Yes, we have. And the reason we've done that is we are stealing too much energy for the blower that we're actually losing efficiency. All right, so what I'm going to do here is okay, so we're losing efficiency. We're stealing too much energy. So let's try this. So a 3 to 1 worked well. Let's do 2 2-to-1s. So 2 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. That's a 4 to 1 gear ratio. So we're going up 33% on our how much air we should be blowing into this. All right, so let's go 4, 5, 6. And we'll fix that so it doesn't do that. All right, let's get going here. So I want more power. I don't want less power. I gave myself less power. So they're just stealing too much energy, essentially. So it could be the other way. I might have to actually go down from 3 to 1 and I get more energy. Yeah, I think that was just, I think it's just the opposite. I think I need less blower and not more blower. Yeah, that's probably just the key. Less blower and not more. Okay. Not a big deal. So we're currently at a 2 to 1. Let's stay at a 2 to 1. We initially were at just 1 3 to 1. Let's go. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Full flaps, and then I want 0.3 on here. And I'll set this to 0.3 so I don't have to keep doing this every time I test. Here we go. So it's kind of a balancing act between how much air you're boosting in there to give you to supercharge it, and something is okay. Flaps. Okay, so we are less now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you know what it was. I had the flaps down. Okay, let's put that. Let's put that back in. Let's try 901. Let's see what it does to me. I forgot to put the flaps up, and the flaps were keeping me slow. So that was just me being a dopey dope. Let's check it. And I know I could put a button in there and switch the gears. I just rather not. Let me actually do that. So that's a 901. Let's try a 901 and a 6 to 1. So let's just do 3 to 1, and let's just do a was it a 2-1, and then we gotta hook these up to electricity, or hook one of them up to electricity at least. And then what do I do? Well, let's do seat 3, and if I need to, this will give me a live test to see if a lower blower setting helps or a higher blower setting helps. Let me check it one more time before I screw it up. As long as you're not switching these, you don't need electricity to them. Okay, good. So that's a 9 to 1, and then if I switch the gear, it'll be a 6 to 1. So all I'm doing is testing if that makes me go faster or slower. 4, 5, and 6 full. I still didn't change my throttle lever on here to fix myself. Okay, we're good to go. All right, let's go. Okay, let's put the flaps up this time. Come on. Flaps up. See where our speed is here. We did add some weight too, so we can't expect to get the exact same, but as you see, it doesn't look like it's helping by increasing. I think we eventually get to a point where we can only put like a certain number of liters through that pump. I think that's what's happening. Let's go 3. Nope. It actually is doing it. So the higher blower setting was helping. That's interesting. The higher blower setting is giving us a higher speed. Yep, blowing more air in there. We're still good. We're still getting, see, it gave us RPM boost. See, we're at 14.67. Now we're dipping down to 13. Okay, good. So good to know. We can actually do more gearing there. Dare I try a 27-1? Dare I try it? What do we get for info off this impeller? Nothing probably. Yeah, it doesn't give me any info. Okay, let's try this. This is going to be interesting and potentially hairy. Okay, let me fix that noise that I was causing myself. Okay, so this is going to be we'll go through the math together. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27 to 1. Okay, and then that's also 2 to 1, so it'd be 3 times 3 is 9, that's an 18 to 1. So we either have a 27 to 1 or an 18 to 1 gear ratio for the blower. Okay, so that's good. That's got us going. I can test the two of those. Let's fix this noise that is driving me nuts already. Okay, we'll just change that. Where's clutch? Clutch. See, I never like to use a numerical switch box for clutch. I always prefer an up-down counter. So let's go not. The starter is not on. We want to go up. We'll do 0.001. We don't need to clamp it because we'll just keep it at 0 to 1 is where it'd be fine. And then we want to plug both of these into, we want that for the starter. So if the starter's not on, we want to go up. And if the starter is on, we want to reset. And that will give us 0 clutch. So that will That should help us start this clutch up. There we go. I don't need that crap anymore there. Yeah, that's good there. All right, so that sets my clutch up. And let's just go like this and move the clutch right here where it's more useful. Okay, that's good. That should stop that annoying noise. It should let it start better now. All right, so we have either a 18:1 gear ratio or a 27:1 gear ratio. So let's take off with the 27:1 gear ratio. See here how the engine just starts up? That's what happens when you set it up right. I forgot to change this again to start this at 0.3. That's fine. It stalled a little there. It's just me. My p-value is a little low. P-value is too high is what I meant. Alright, so that's stealing way too much power. So now we're on the 18:1. Okay, so that's insanity what I put on there. So 9:1 is fine. 18:1 is excessive. Let's see. What do I want to set this to? Okay, so let's see. 9:1 is good. So let's go to like a... let's see. I'll do the math quickly just to make it easier. 9 times... What are we talking here? 9 times 6. Let's see. That's 54 divided by 5. That's a 10:1. 10.8 to 1. This is 3:2, so that's 27 divided by 2, so we're talking 14.5 to 1. So let's try those two. 6.532. So we were close, I think, probably to where we could be. The problem I just encountered is this. I can't switch these. This has to be a 3:1. This has to be a 1:1. This one's switching. Which one's switching? This one. So this one needs to be my switcher. This is going to be a 6.5. 6.5 and then a 3.2. And if we, if we have success with this, I can bump it up the next set, essentially. So this is like, kind of like the thankless work. That's just like busy work. Still haven't set up my throttle yet. I'll try to remember to do that. I need to work at the p-values in there as well for the engine. Every engine you're going to have to tweak your own p-values because they have their own power. So it looks like we lose a little power on this. One way we can try to fix this is reducing our prop. That'll give us some RPS back. As you can see, that let me take off. And then, so we change our RPS setting a little bit in there. Flaps are coming up. Where are we at? I'm going to go full throttle. And let me start trying to add in some... okay, so we're slowing down there. Try 20. Yeah, so... okay, so this is actually good because it lets me reduce the... lets me reduce the complexity of this a little bit, so it's actually kind of beneficial. I don't need 3 gearboxes in my blower, so let's do this. All right, I know this is probably boring. I'm going to try to get out of this and move on to something else in a second here. But 3:1, 3:1. So I want this 3:1. And I want to down this to 5.2. So what this will be is that's 3 times 5 is 15 divided by 2. That's going to be 7.5. So that's either a 9:1 gear ratio or 7.5 to 1 gear ratio. Let's test these two, see what gets us the best values. Still haven't set this throttle. It just takes me time to Let's get it going. Okay. You know, it's not the end of the world to lose a little speed, because what we do is we gain efficiency. I just want to manually control my efficiency with the prop pitch is what I want, and so I don't want to set us, and if I really want to get some speed, I want some speed. So that's not bad. A little bit slower than we were, but we added a lot of weight, so that's not a big deal to me. Okay, so currently we are at 13. We're currently at 13.84. Let's try to change our prop a little bit. We're added in load, so I need to go down a little bit. See where I can get my speed up to. I have to re-index what my max speed is going to be again. 670, 674. It's 143 knots, which is perfectly acceptable. Let's go down a little bit. That's dropping speed, so let's go 28. Okay. I'm just trying to find my best speed prop pitch again. Or 20. Try 27, see where 27 gets me. Okay, 27 is going to be my new best speed. Alright, now I'm going to swap my gear ratio on my blower. That's better. Okay, so we need to cut down the blower is stealing too much energy from my engine. So that's something I have to... So actually, let me add a gauge. Adding this gauge will help. So what we want to do is we want to read the throttle setting to the fuel manifold. And what this is going to do is, at some point we reach peak, we essentially reach how much air we can stuff in the cylinders, and so all we're doing is wasting energy at that point. It's hard to show you in this, but I'll show you. You might be able to figure out what the hell I'm talking about when I do it up here. So let's go, where's air manifold? Air manifold. All right, so the air manifold is going to read whatever my blower is doing. So it's going to be over 1. The whole point of a blower is, okay, so your air manifold can go from 0 to 1, essentially, if you're not blowing air into it. Once you blow air into it, it allows you to go over 1. Well, if you go over 1, the stoichiometric system essentially says, hey, in order to still maintain a 0.2 stoichiometry, if you're over 1, I can give you more air, I can give you more fuel. And the more fuel we burn, the higher RPS can go, essentially. So to put it into perspective, Triton has blowers in there, and Triton can go to 1.75 air, and that allows it to get to 0.75 fuel. So it allows me to go 0.25 more fuel than I'd normally be able to do. So we're going to eventually reach an area where we can't get any more. So we increased our engine power by going down from to 5.2. So now 5.2 is our new high number. Let's go to 2 to 1 there, and let's test it. So we're 7.5 to 1 gear ratio, and this is a 6 to 1 gear ratio. And I'm going to test my power on this. Because remember, I can actually increase my fuel efficiency by just adding more prop, which gives me more fuel efficiency. Max value. What is my starting value? I want at 0.3. Max value is 0.3. Okay. So that's going to just make it so that I don't have to keep moving it. No, never mind. 0. Negative 0.3. Maximum value is negative 0.3. That's better. Okay. So that's going to get me set up right. All right, so I should be able to read what my fuel manifold is pushing, and that's going to tell me if my blower is blowing more or less air in there. And eventually I'm going to get to a point where I can't blow any more air in there, and then I know that see, this is set to 0.3 now, so that saves me some time. Which actually we need to change this. That's going to be 0.27 now. We remember that was 0.27 is our new number. I can't go below now, so that's I kind of screwed myself. I screwed myself there. I know it's probably not going to go below -0.2, so let's make it -0.2. Okay. Okay, and let's get going here. So right now my blower's putting that in. And so I'll be able to read how much air is going into my air manifold. And that's going to tell me if I can stuff more in there or if I cannot stuff more in there. Oh, what's going on here? Let me try a trick to get out of the into the air here. I need to unstick. Why am I not unsticking? What's my RPS? RPS is good. Oh, I'm at 0.2. That's why. That'll do it every time. So 7 is where I want to be. See how the difference, how prop pitch can really affect whether your vehicle works or not? That's why, you know, you need to understand the fundamentals of how these things work. Yeah, you need to understand the fundamentals of how this stuff works. And once you understand the fundamentals of how things work, and I understand most people don't have an aeronautical science degree, but you know, that's why I try to explain these things. Okay, so we are set to 0.27, which is our best speed. We're pushing in 0.96 air in there. And so the fuel is going to follow automatically because of the equation. Now I'm going to press 3. I'm pressing in less air. So what was that, 15? Let's press 3 again. 15.21. So actually, by reducing my air, it's causing me to have more power, okay? So that sounds counterintuitive, but why? Why is if I have a higher gear ratio, why am I losing more power even though I'm giving myself more air and fuel? It's because I'm stealing too much torque from the engine. All right, so you can see 0.2 if I have the higher gear ratio. If I have the lower gear ratio, I'm down to point. I went up a little bit so I could go faster. All right, so that's telling me that I need to keep walking this back and I can keep going faster. So what I want to do is, was it 15.3? So I want to go 9.532. Those are my next gear ratios to play with. So I'm stealing less and less energy from my engine to turn that blower. I could use an electric pump. That's something I could do, but I'd really rather not. I kind of like to supercharge. That's how I prefer to do it. You know, I might be able to give myself a ton more power, but you know, if I feel like it, I will do that. So, all right. Okay, let's get going here. That will settle out in a second. Sounds like we have more power. So we have 0.52, right? We're getting more RPS, even with less air pushed in there. And that's, so I guarantee you with a electric pump I could fix this. Let's do, so I'm just kind of following my hypothesis here. Let me press the 3 key, that will change my gear ratio. And we get even more RPS because of that. Let's get rid of the flaps here and check them at full speed here. Yeah, see, we're dialing on some speed now. I think, yeah, I want to do a blower though. All right, let's do this. Let's do a test. We're pretty good, you know, this speed I'm not unhappy with. It's 150 knots. I would like, if I could get 200 knots, I'd be absolutely thrilled. Yeah, we're getting high on, you know, I just want to get this to the point where it's usable for next video so that I can, you know, bring in Triton and then maybe use this some. Or do it, you know, an emission pops up, I can use this. So I know it's probably annoying that I'm keep doing build videos, but hopefully I can get into it. So let's destroy my fun here, and let's put in an electric motor. It does destroy my fun a little bit, but we'll be all right. I will be all right, and then Where's that going? That's turning there. That's coming down. All right, so I should be able to do this. Let's cut that. Let's move that there. Let's merge that. Pump. So this is going to steal no power from my engine in order to give me air. There's a friggin' fluid port there, you dopey. This is annoying. Having this set up like this. This thing sucks having this fluid port here. Actually, I can put it over here. Never mind. We're good. Getting annoyed about something I don't need to be. Actually, I can vent this now, probably. Yeah, still can't vent it. Maybe here. Yeah. No. Crap. That sucks. Actually, you know what? I could do this. I know I'm finally getting to the point where I'm going to be close to getting this done here. Or not done, but where I can, use it in game. So, can I vent this sucker yet? Let me just do this. I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be, and I will fix it later if I even decide to fix it. All right, let's cut that. Let's rotate this. Let's just cut the whole thing and rebuild it. It'll take me 2 seconds to rebuild it, but I already see a problem. That's going to take some time. All right, and so I just need a fluid port here. It's actually not a big deal. I'm just venting hot air that's cooling my engine into the engine compartment, but that's not something that really gets affected. So then I want to pump, like so. Pump is going to go right here, facing the this direction. And then I'm not stealing any more power from my engine. Let me test it before I rip all that out. Let's go electricity to the battery, and then what am I starting with? 6? Starting with 6, I believe. 6. So when I start my engine, I want to start this electric pump, and so that's going to blow air into my cylinder without stealing from my engine. Now I'm going to need to make enough electricity to get that back, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Okay, 2, 7, 4, 5, 6. So we're blowing in, whatever. It's working worse. Blower it is, I think. We're putting more fuel in. We're putting more fuel in. Why am I not getting more power? What's my RPS at? I'm getting worse RPS. Huh. Yeah, so I'm putting more air in this. Well, I'm putting less air in it now, but okay, blower it is. I like the blower better anyways, and it's working better. So, what was my best gear ratio there? I think 7.5 to 1. Let's go with that, and I can change it later. I don't want to keep harping on this blower nonsense. It's just going to be obnoxious. Yeah, I don't want to keep harping on this. Okay, that goes there. We need the blower, the impeller back. Okay, so a 7.5 to 1 gear ratio. And I'll put one switcher on there, and I'll just switch it out. That way I can test it really quickly. Either 6 or 7.5. Let's do 7.5 or 9. I think the 6 was a little anemic. All right, so this is a 3 to 1. This is going to be a 3. What is it? 5-2 is a 7 to 1 gear ratio, and then a 3 to 1 is a 9 to 1 gear ratio. Let's go ahead and let's go electricity for this one. Let's go ahead and go seat 3. Seat 3 will go to that swapper, and then we're good. Last test, and then that should finish this up. We'll call it there. And then this is more than airworthy. This is great. This can go do some rescues. And then the rest of it is buttoning up, is decorating, is finishing up some panels. But as long as it flies and we can do missions, it's good to use in the world. And that's what I want, is I want to get this going where I can use this in the world. So 4, 5, 4, and 6. All right, and let's go. And then, you know, there's a bunch of tuning, but there will always be tuning. Engine sounds nice and strong right now. Why are we losing power now at the end here? Something's... what's choking my engine out? Something's choking my engine out. We have a really high stoichiometry. I don't know what the... or a really high throttle setting. I just switched the... oh god, what the hell's going on now? Alright, last little check. I wanted this back in the air. I screwed something up that is now not liking it. Alright, let's look. Facing the engine. 3 to 1. 3 times 5 is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 to 1 gear ratio. That's fine. Let's see. Make sure everything's merged. Everything is merged. That is the impeller there. Let me make sure I hook the impeller up correctly. That's fluid out. That's fluid in. Oh no, that should be torque. It is correct, but that's torque and then fluid in. Fluid in is going right from this air here, which is good. Let's see what's up. What is up indeed? Is that stupid clutch causing me problems? Let me see if I can just put in a solid clutch of 1. I might be accidentally... no, that wouldn't do it. Let's see, starter, clutch. What is this number set to 0.2 in that? I'll do one test here. It's going to have to happen eventually anyways. Might as well try it right now. If this could easily be the problem, and then that has caused me a lot of headache. And I will change 20 things to fix this one problem. It's better for me to fix it. So 0.2 is my current PID value. And so I need to fix my p-value on my PID to make sure this works right. And then that could be the issue. Where is it? P-value. Okay. Electricity needs to go there. All right, let's try this. Let me see if I can't get this engine running better with the p-value. I don't have infinite electricity on, do I? I do not. Okay. Let's put a 0.2 in there. 4, 5, 6. Let's go full throttle. I'm not even going to advance the prop. I just want to run this engine. Oh, it already has some prop in there. Okay, so changing the p-value up. Now it's acting the fool. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be the pitch correction on the frickin' prop. Could be that. Alright, so I gotta fix some stuff. So I'm gonna fix it off screen, and then we'll end it there, and then I will get this up and running, and then we're done with building for a little while. This is built. It works, or it will be working here once I just fix it really quick. And then we'll go ahead and we'll be able to do some missions with it. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.